Hello young men slash guys, how are you? I hope you are doing well, and before we start, don't forget to like the clip and subscribe to the channel. So, without further ado, let's begin telling the story's events. Our story begins with our hero today, a young man who is 18 years old. He joins the Academy for the Defense of Humanity. Indeed, he is boarding a plane heading to the Academy to join it after succeeding in the entrance exam. Not only that, but he also achieved a record score in the test and entered the Academy with the highest result. The important thing is that our hero arrives at the Academy, and as soon as he does, he finds a gathering of students. He goes and asks one of them, saying, "Is this the place where we will have the school entrance party?" The person replies to him, "Yes." At that moment, the person he asked is with a girl, his friend. As soon as this girl sees our hero, she goes and asks him, "Are you Hayato, the one who got the highest score on the Academy entrance exam?" Hayato replies to her, saying, "Yes, is there something?" At that moment, as soon as the students learn that he is Hayato, the one who got the highest score, they all run up to him because they want to take pictures with him and ask him a few questions. However, our hero manages to escape from them and hide in a spot. But as soon as he hides, he suddenly finds a white-haired girl running up to him and hugging him. Hayato asks her, "Who are you?" She says to him, "I am Emile, and this is my first year at the Academy. How about we become friends?" Like a sheep, he says to her, "No problem." Hayato and Emile meet the girl and the boy Hayato saw when he first entered the Academy. The girl apologizes for shouting his name when she saw him, which caused people to gather around him. Hayato tells her, "No, it's no problem at all, I don't care." We learn that the short girl and the yellow-haired boy are named Lisha and Fritz. Anyway, Hayato enters the school entrance party, and all the students are present, waiting for the student council president's speech. They are also waiting for the welcome she will give them. Indeed, the student council president, whose name is Harumi, goes up on stage to deliver her speech. However, before she can say anything, two girls enter the venue, late for the entrance ceremony. Everyone in the place looks at them, and Harumi asks them, "What delayed you?" The two girls say that they were looking for Hayato the whole time to take a picture with him. The student council president tells them, "I don't like carelessness and lateness. Everyone here knows they are here to fight the savage creatures. These savage creatures, folks, are monsters from space that descend to Earth via meteorites, and once they reach Earth, they start destroying humanity. The main goal of establishing this academy is to protect humanity and fight them." Harumi, folks, goes on to tell the girls that they are expelled from the academy because of their lateness. The two girls are literally shocked. Our hero is sitting there, feeling guilty that the two girls will be expelled because they were looking for him. But suddenly, the girl Emile stands up and tells Harumi that she has no heart or mercy to expel the two girls so easily. Harumi says to her, "Oh really? Well, you are expelled too." Then she asks Hayato and says, "What do you think of my decision to expel these three girls?" Our hero gets a little worried and doesn't know what to say, but in the end, he tells her, "I object to your decision and I don't want them to be expelled." Everyone present is shocked, and Harumi can't believe the answer she heard. So, she says to our hero, "Okay, aren't you the one who got the highest score on the entrance exam? How about you enter a duel with me in front of the entire academy? If you win, I will cancel my decision and won't expel the girls. If I win, I will stick to my decision." At that moment, Hayato agrees and starts preparing for the fight. Emile tells our hero, "Come with me and meet the professor who will give you your 100. This 100, folks, is the weapon that students use to fight the savage creatures. It takes the form of a specific weapon depending on the person who controls it. Indeed, Hayato meets the professor, whose name is Charlotte, and takes his 100 from her. He goes with Emile to a specific arena to train on using it. We find, folks, that our hero's 100 has formed into a sword, and the girl Emile uses her 100, which looks a bit strange. I don't know exactly what the weapon is, but the important thing is that it emits rays similar to laser beams. Hayato continues to train with Emile until that point. He then decides that he will stop practicing and go to his dorm. But he receives a message on his phone. When he looks at the message, he finds it's from his sister, asking him, "Why didn't you visit me at the hospital today as you promised?" Our hero says, "Oh my god, I forgot." He leaves Emile and heads straight to the hospital. Indeed, he meets his little sister, who is sick and has paraplegia. The girl's name is Karen, and she is a very kind and innocent girl who loves her brother more than you can imagine. After Hayato spends some time with his sister, it becomes night, so he decides to go back to his dorm and get some sleep because he has a strong battle tomorrow morning. As soon as he opens his room door, he suddenly finds the girl Emile changing her clothes in his room. As soon as she sees him, her face turns red, and the same happens to him. She calls him a pervert in all the fake talk we know. Hayato asks her, "What are you doing in my room?" She says, "Oh, I forgot to tell you that our room is shared." Hayato says, "That's all I needed." The next day comes, and Hayato heads to the battle arena. The girl Harumi is standing, preparing opposite him. The stands, folks, are full of people very excited for this fight. The judges start announcing the rules of this fight. The one who surrenders or faints will lose. The girl Harumi then mocks our hero and says, "Since you are a new student and don't know anything yet, I won't use all my power so I don't end the fight in 5 seconds and so I can also feel the excitement." The fight actually begins, but literally, as soon as it starts, our hero loses control of his speed and falls onto the girl Harumi, grabbing a place that shouldn't be touched. This is the worst fight beginning I've ever seen in my life. Music. The important thing is that the girl Harumi gets angry at him, her face turns red, and she starts fighting him. Hayato blocks her strikes, and the two are hitting each other. However, every time he hits Harumi, she blocks his strike, until Harumi is about to finish him off and deliver a very strong blow. But our hero somehow manages to dodge the blow, and suddenly, he starts attacking the girl Harumi with complete savagery. We feel, folks, that Hayato is the same person as before, but his fighting style has completely changed, and you feel that Hayato has lost control of his power. Indeed, he starts delivering powerful strikes to the girl Harumi until she decides to use all her strength after saying she wouldn't. She finally succeeds in defeating our hero, and he faints. At that moment, the girl Emile runs to him to check on him. We find Charlotte has arrived at the scene and announces that Harumi is the winner. But Harumi tells her, "I didn't win, not at all, because I said before the fight that I wouldn't use all my power, but I ended up using it. So, I am not satisfied with this result. Because of this," she announces, "I have changed my mind, and I will not expel the 3 girls." Hayato is unconscious in the hospital. As soon as he wakes up, he finds the girl Harumi next to him. He asks her, "What happened? I lost, right? Does that mean you will expel the girls from the school?" She says, "No, I went back on my decision." Hayato tells her, "I don't remember the last thing that happened in our fight. What happened?" Harumi says, "I don't know. Suddenly, your power went out of control, and you became very strong. I couldn't defeat you. So, I want to understand now, how did you become so strong when you just received your 100? Hayato tells her, "Believe me, I don't know anything." The important thing is that she leaves him, and as she is leaving, she apologizes for using all her strength in the fight. She walks away, leaving him. The girl Emile takes our hero and goes to his dorm. When the next day comes, Hayato is feeling better than yesterday. The girl Emile tells him, "How about you come for a walk with me on the beach?" Hayato says, "No problem." Indeed, they go out for a walk together until we find Hayato decided to take his sister out of the hospital for a bit so she could get some fresh air. That's what he does, and the girl Karen meets the girl Emile. The 3 of them sit together and talk about unimportant things until the girl Harumi and her friends come up to them. They get into a discussion with Hayato until suddenly, we find that the alarm bell in the place starts ringing. Professor Charlotte comes in and tells Harumi that 3 savages have appeared in the area, and they need to be dealt with as quickly as possible. Harumi says to her, "Okay, we will prepare to attack them." Charlotte asks them, "How about you take Hayato with you?" At that moment, Harumi says to her, "We can't, because he is a new student and doesn't know anything yet." But after some discussion, she finally agrees that he will go with them on this mission. The important thing is that they all gather and start planning how they will defeat the 3 monsters. They decide that they will split into 2 teams. Our hero will be with the girl Emile, and Harumi will be with her friends. The actual fight begins. We go to the girl Harumi, who, after some struggle, succeeds with the help of her friends in defeating one of the savages. We go to our hero and Emile, where the situation is a bit difficult for them because it's their first time. In the end, with Emile's help, they succeed in defeating the second monster. This leaves one monster, which Harumi and her friends are trying to kill. But, folks, we are shocked that this monster manages to defeat two of Harumi's friends, and Harumi herself starts getting tired, and her strength begins to run out. The monster is about to deliver a very strong blow to Harumi, but at that moment, Hayato steps in and saves her. While he is carrying her, we find that the monster starts preparing to deliver a blow to the airport behind them, where there are people who will be killed if the blow reaches them. But Hayato, with Harumi's help, manages to distract the blow and prevent it from hitting the airport. At this time, the girl Emile decides to fight the savage by herself, but the monster delivers a very strong blow to her, so strong that her clothes are torn. At that moment, Hayato notices an injury on the girl Emile's stomach. He starts remembering his memories from long ago, when he saved someone who suffered the exact same injury on Emile's stomach. The surprise, folks, is that the girl he met and saved when he was young is the same girl, Emile. At this moment, our hero gets angry and saves the girl Emile. His power starts to go out of control, and he attacks the monster with ferocity. The girl Emile is trying to tell him to calm down, but he doesn't want to. He can't see anyone in front of him, literally, until Emile decides to go and kiss him. The shock, folks, is that as soon as Emile kisses him, he returns to normal. Hayato, with the help of everyone around him, finally succeeds in defeating the monster, and they complete their mission on the three monsters. After the fight ends, they ride a plane together and return to the academy. As soon as our hero returns, he goes to Karen and starts telling her everything that happened. After sitting with her for a while, he decides to return to his dorm. When he returns, he asks the girl Emile to tell him everything that happened in the past because he has lost his memories. Emile actually starts telling him. She tells him that a long time ago, when they were young, they met when the savages first attacked humans. They became friends, but one day, while they were together, a savage creature attacked them and managed to inflict the injury on her stomach. But you were able to help me in the end, and you were also able to absorb the virus that I got because of the monster's attack. Because you absorbed the virus, your body became half human and half savage. This explains why you sometimes lose control of yourself and can't control your power. I also want to tell you, Hayato, that those who are like you, whose bodies are half human and half savage, are called variations. I want to shock you and tell you, Hayato, that I am also like you, and half of my body is savage, but I was able to control my power through training, and you will be able to do that too. I am confident in you. We find, folks, that Hayato is shocked after everything he heard, but he decides to accept the reality. The important thing is that the student council president, Harumi, enters their room. I wish she hadn't, because she finds them in a suspicious situation. Hayato gets up from the floor, and somehow, our hero falls into Harumi's arms and kisses her. Harumi is embarrassed, but we notice that she is not as annoyed as before. It seems that Harumi has started to be attracted to our hero. But the girl Emile gets angry at her and asks her, "What are you doing here?" Harumi says, "I came to tell you to leave the room because the two of you shouldn't be alone together." At that moment, Harumi starts fighting with Emile, and they spend the whole day fighting. Hayato says, "What did I do in my life to be put in a situation like this?" The important thing is that the days pass until a day comes when our hero is training with Emile, the boy Fritz, and the girl Lisha. After a bit of fighting together, our hero begins to notice that his power is increasing, and he has also started to learn how to control it. A girl enters and tells our hero that the student council president has summoned him today. When Hayato goes, he finds the girl Harumi telling him that he has a personal guard mission. The mission is that he will be the personal bodyguard for the singer Sakura. This singer is very famous, and her popularity is global. This is also because she will hold a concert in a few days, and there will be a large audience, so she needs someone to protect her. Our hero is surprised because this singer is his sister's favorite singer, and the girl Karen loves the singer Sakura with an unnatural passion. Harumi asks our hero, "Do you want to carry out the mission, or should we find someone else?" Our hero tells her, "I agree." After the meeting ends, he heads to his sister to tell her everything that happened and to make her happy. Furthermore, our hero tells Karen that he has a ticket for her to attend Sakura's concert. At that moment, the girl Karen is very happy. Our hero heads to Sakura's plane to meet her when she arrives. Indeed, Sakura arrives, and Hayato meets her. They ride in a car together, heading to Sakura's residence hotel. But on their way, We notice that the girl Sakura is very kind and well-intentioned, and she wants to befriend our hero. We find that every time Hayato calls Sakura, he says, "Miss Sakura," but she tells him not to say that and to call her Sakura normally and consider them friends. They start talking to each other the whole way until they reach the residence hotel, and the two of them stay in the same room. Some strange and peculiar things happen that we are not concerned with. Hayato meets Sakura's assistant, who shows him the place where the concert will be held. We find, folks, that the place is huge, and the concert will have more than 100,000 attendees. Sakura then enters, and it turns out that the girl Sakura has 100, but her weapon is a wing. After a little talk with Sakura, our hero finishes his day, and she tells him to come to her tomorrow morning. Hayato actually takes himself home and takes a hot shower to relax his body. We go to the girl Sakura, who is standing on the balcony, thinking about her upcoming concert. But on the side, folks, we notice three strange-looking people who have killed a savage creature. We feel that these three are up to no good, and we will find out who they are in a bit. The next day comes, and Hayato goes to meet the student council president because she has summoned him next to the swimming pool. Anyway, she informs our hero that a group of savage stones have been stolen, and they don't know who stole them yet. These savage stones, folks, are the heart of the savage creature. When it is killed, the stone is extracted from its body for research. Harumi tells our hero to take care of himself and take care of Sakura. After they finish talking, Harumi asks Hayato to tell Emil that he is with her so they don't worry about him. Hayato tells her, "Okay, I agree." And he actually does that. The two of them get into the car and leave the place. But it seems our hero forgot something important. He was supposed to go out with the girl Emil. Emil reaches the place where Hayato was but doesn't find him, so she starts worrying about him. Anyway, Hayato and Sakura arrive and stop at a mountain. They talk together for a while. We find Hayato talking to Sakura about his sister and how she loves her. Sakura is very happy that people love her that much. Suddenly, Sakura stops for a moment and is shocked. She looks at our hero and asks him, "What did you say your sister's name was a moment ago?" He says, "Her name is Karen. Is something wrong?" At that moment, Sakura asks him, "Were you and your sister present 10 years ago when the savages attacked the town, and people were hiding underground?" He says, "Yes, my sister and I were hiding underground after my mother and father were killed." But then Hayato starts remembering something else, which is also what Sakura remembers. It turns out, folks, that a long time ago, when all of Sakura's family died from the savage attack, she met Hayato and Karen. At that time, she decided to sing for them. "Frankly, I don't know why. Your family is dead, and everyone outside is dying, and you go and sing." Anyway, when she sang, Karen and Hayato told her that her voice was great and that her songs affected them. That is why Sakura decided to become a singer since then. In the present time, Sakura is very happy, folks, that she has met Hayato, who was the source of her inspiration to start singing. After learning this good news, she decides to return to the hall where the concert will be held in the evening. She actually starts moving, but on their way, folks, a savage creature attacks them. But in a split second, Hayato manages to save Sakura. At that moment, our hero starts preparing to fight the savage, and the girl Sakura starts helping him. Indeed, with each other's help, they manage to kill the monster. But suddenly, another one attacks them. However, before this savage can attack them, we find the girl Lisha, Emil, and the boy Fritz arriving to help them. But the girl Emil runs up to our hero and asks him, "Where did you go and leave me this morning?" He says, "Now is not the time, friend, I'll tell you later." The important thing, folks, is that they try to kill the savage, but it's no use. The reason is that this monster is the type that regenerates its injuries. At that moment, they start making a plan to defeat it, but unfortunately, they still can't. Suddenly, a strange person appears and attacks our hero. This person, folks, is one of the three people who appeared earlier, whom I was telling you looked like they were up to no good. Indeed, the three of them are present in the battle arena, and they manage to kill the savage with a very small blow. But we notice, folks, that the person in front of us is stabbing the savage and licking its blood. The more he drinks of the savage blood, the stronger he becomes. Two of them start fighting our heroes, who try to fight them, but it's no use. They can't defeat them. Suddenly, Hayato remembers that his sister's concert is today, and he can't be late. He tells everyone that they have to leave now, and they actually leave. Harumi asks the girl Emil about Hayato, and Emil tells Harumi that Hayato is a good guy and explains everything to her, saying he's not a bad guy and that she shouldn't be angry at him for leaving her this morning. She makes her understand everything, and Emil says, "Okay, I'm not angry." The important thing, folks, is that the time for Sakura's concert has finally arrived. I don't need to tell you how much she excelled and did an amazing job. Plus, she sang a new song and delighted everyone who attended the concert. Indeed, it was a legendary day. The important thing is that when the morning comes, and before the girl Sakura leaves the town, she decides to meet Karen, his sister. Karen is very happy because she saw her face to face. Sakura starts telling her everything, and she tells her that they met when they were young. After Sakura finishes talking with Karen, she says goodbye to Hayato and tells him that they will meet again, but later. Before she leaves, folks, she kisses him on the cheek. Everyone present is shocked. The important thing is that our hero goes to sleep that day. When he wakes up, he finds Sakura on top of him. He asks her, "Wait, what are you doing here?" She says, "Didn't I tell you that we would meet again?" Hayato says, "But not this quickly." At that moment, Emil enters and is shocked by the sight. She starts fighting with Sakura, and the biggest problem is that Harumi also enters and finds them in this situation. The three of them start fighting over Hayato, and Hayato says, "What did I do in my life to be put in a situation like this?" The important thing, folks, is that the days pass, and Hayato goes out with his friends to the beach. There, he experiences some strange events, which are the well-known events that happen in any beach episode in any anime. Suddenly, in the middle of their outing, they find a helicopter landing on the beach. A yellow-haired man gets out of it. This man turns out to be Harumi's brother, whose name is Judas. Judas says to them, "Hello, pretty ones, how are you doing?" We notice that the girl Harumi can't stand him and asks him, "What brought you here?" He says, "There's nothing stopping me from coming to visit you and spend some time with you every now and then." He then tells her, "Come with me, we have to go back to the academy because there's something you need to know." That's what they do. Our hero then returns to the academy as well. He is walking with the girl Emil until suddenly, they both receive a summon from Harumi. They run to her, and when they arrive, they find that Lisha and Fritz have also been summoned. The girl Harumi tells them that they will be going on a mission soon, which is to exterminate a large group of savage monsters. She tells them that there will be many students with them in the place they are going to help them with the mission. She asks them, "What do you think? Are you ready or not?" They tell her, "We are ready, madam." The important thing is that Hayato takes himself and goes outside to walk until he finds Judas calling him. He asks him, "What do you want, boss?" Judas replies to him and says, "Hello, boy Hayato, how are you? I've heard a lot of strange stories and talk about you. What exactly is your story, boy? He has mental illnesses, don't mind him. What exactly is your story, boy?" Hayato doesn't reply to him. The important thing is that Judas asks him, "Do you know what gives power to the academy here?" Hayato says, "The nuclear reactor, right?" He says, "Wrong. That's what people see. Come, and I'll show you what actually gives power to this whole academy." He actually takes Hayato, and they go underground to a strange place similar to a warehouse. Hayato is shocked, folks, when he finds a strange yellow-haired girl locked inside a capsule, and it looks like the girl is in a coma. At that moment, Judas tells him, "Yes, the person in front of you is the one who gives power to the entire academy. And if you didn't know, the girl in front of you is my sister and the sister of the girl Harumi, and her name is Liza, folks." And while Judas is explaining to our hero what is happening, Harumi suddenly walks in, holding a gun, and asks him, "What are you doing here, and why did you bring Hayato with you?" Judas replies to her that Hayato will be one of the greatest warriors in the future and the carrier of humanity, so he must know how things are going. Also, he must protect Liza from any danger, as this will affect all of them if it happens. Furthermore, he mentions that Vitaly is trying to reach Liza by any means. Vitaly, folks, is a character outside the law who used to be in a relationship with Judas, and we also learn that she is the leader of the 3 hunters who attacked our heroes before. They finish their discussion, and our hero understands what is happening in the school. Suddenly, we find the girl Harumi telling him, "Don't you dare tell anyone anything about what you heard or saw today." Hayato says, Okay. The important thing is that they all get on a plane and head to the location where they will carry out the mission to eliminate the savages. They set their plan, and everything goes smoothly until they finally arrive at the battle location. We find that there are indeed many fighters at the location, preparing for the upcoming mayhem. Hayato is standing with the girl Emil when a girl we are seeing for the first time suddenly walks up to them. We find this girl hugging Emil and asking her, "Where have you been, and what are you doing here with these people?" We learn, folks, that this girl's name is Claudie and that she is Emil's childhood friend. We are greatly shocked when we learn that Emil is actually a princess and is supposed to be from a royal family and that she also needs to return to take the throne. Oh, the son of the throne. But she doesn't want that, she just wants to stay with Hayato. However, Claudie is annoyed and wants her to return. She then notices Hayato and asks him, "So, you are the person who kidnapped the princess?" He says, "What princess and what kidnapping? You have confused my mind, by God." Claudie tells him, "I challenge you to a fight. If you win, Emil will stay with you. If I win, Emil will return with me." Hayato is not interested in this talk, but he is eventually forced to fight this girl, and he easily manages to defeat her. At that moment, the girl cries and says that she will take revenge on him. Hayato takes Emil, and they go for a walk. But, folks, we notice that the three hunters are present in the area, disguised so no one notices them. We will find out why they are here in a bit. The important thing, folks, is that the preparations are finished, and our heroes are divided into several teams. The mission to eliminate the savages begins, and it is a very difficult mission. But our heroes are up to the responsibility and indeed succeed in wiping out most of the monsters until the sun begins to set. They decide to set up tents to rest in. Hayato can't sleep, so he goes outside for a while and stands with the girl Harumi. They start talking to each other, and we find Harumi telling our hero about her past. It turns out, folks, that a long time ago, Harumi was attacked by savages, but her sister sacrificed herself to protect them. Since then, she has been locked inside the capsule we saw earlier. She tells our hero that she essentially became the student council president so she could monitor her sister and protect her family. However, she feels sad and guilty, seeing herself as selfish because she is doing all this not for the benefit of humanity but only for the benefit of her family. Hayato tells her, "No, it's okay. I essentially joined the academy for the sake of my sister and so I can protect her as well. But over time, I started wanting to protect humanity and create a peaceful world free of any kind of injustice." Harumi starts to feel comfortable and reassured until the alarm suddenly rings in the area. We learn that the three hunters have attacked the students and want to steal their hundreds. At that moment, Harumi tells Hayato that she will go to the three hunters, and he should go warn the rest of the students. That is what happens. Harumi reaches the three hunters and asks them, "What is your relationship with Vitaly, and where is she now? I want to know everything about her." She also tells them to surrender and hand over the hundreds they stole. They tell her, "Forget it, never in our dreams will we do that or tell you anything." A very strong fight ensues between them. Unfortunately, Harumi cannot withstand them for long until she is defeated and is on the verge of death. But Hayato and his friends suddenly arrive at the scene and succeed in saving Harumi. At that moment, Harumi tells them to surrender, but they refuse. The boy among the three, whose name is Crowvane, becomes very angry and starts attacking our hero. The other two fight the rest of the students, but they are ultimately utterly defeated. We find the girl Emil asking them, "Why are you doing this? What will you gain by destroying the beautiful world we live in?" Crowvane says, "Beautiful," and starts laughing at her words. He tells her, "This world is dirtier than you can imagine. The strong oppress the weak, and there is no peace on our planet. I haven't seen anything good in my life since I was born." We flash back to Crowvane's past and learn that he and his sister were among a large group of children who were sold as slaves. They lived the worst moments of their lives until they managed to escape from that place. They had a third girl with them, who is still with them now. The three walked aimlessly for a very long time until they finally met Vitaly. She is the one who changed their lives from that day on when she injected savage blood into their bodies, giving them superpowers. We return to the present, and we find our hero affected by Crowvane's story. He tells him, "My goal is to create a happy world free of any kind of injustice, where no one is harmed. I will destroy anyone who stands in my way." We find that Hayato's power increases, and he starts fighting brutally with Crowvane. But Crowvane does not surrender until a very powerful savage suddenly appears in the form of a dragon and starts attacking them. We find Crowvane telling them, "Leave this to me, I will kill it, but on one condition: after I kill it, I will take its magic stone." He launches himself at the savage at full speed and starts attacking it. But, folks, he literally has no effect on the savage whatsoever, and he is hit by a very strong blow and is on the brink of death. But Hayato saves him. Crowvane asks him, "Why did you save me?" Hayato says, "Didn't I tell you that I want to create a world where no one is harmed?" Crowvane says, "Man, I'm not important. The most important thing is that you protect my sister and my friend." At that moment, Hayato, with the help of his friends and the help of the hunters too, succeeds in altogether delivering a very strong blow to the savage, leading to its destruction. However, Hayato suffers severe injuries. And so, folks, they have finished the mission they came to this place for, which is to eliminate the savages in the area. The important thing is that they return to the academy, and we learn that they took the hunters with them to try and find out anything about Vitaly from them. We go to our hero, who is sleeping in the hospital until he wakes up and finds the girls Emil, Sakura, and his sister next to him. He starts talking with them. Finally, we go to Vitaly, whom we find standing and saying, "My 3 disciples don't seem to be returning. It's not important, my plan is going on as it is, and no one will be able to stop me." We feel, folks, that she is up to no good. The next day comes, and we find Harumi holding a meeting with our heroes. Hayato asks her a question: "What is the status of the hunters now?" She tells him that they are sitting in a room, well treated and honored, but they do not want to tell them anything about Vitaly. "Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you, on the day we were on the mission to eliminate the savages, our research center was able to find Vitaly's laboratory, but the shock is that Vitaly had left the place, and her location is currently unknown." Harumi also tells them to get ready because a huge party will be held at the academy. This party is held every year for the new year, and there will be visitors from all over the world. I want you to keep your eyes open and be careful of the situation. We find the girl Sakura very excited about the party because she will be singing in it. She also says that she has a secret weapon for that day and will amaze everyone with it. Hayato asks her, "What is this weapon?" She says, "Didn't you hear me? Didn't I say it's a secret?" Hayato and his friends go to receive the visitors coming from outside Japan for the party that will be held. At that moment, we find that among these visitors is the girl Claudie. Emil asks her, "What brought you here?" She says, "Shame on you. I came here because I missed you." The important thing, folks, is that the academy starts preparing and setting up for the grand party that will be held there. At this time, our hero is going to the hospital to visit Karen, but he notices the girl Sakura at the hospital. He is more surprised when he finds her entering his sister's room. He goes in after her and is suddenly shocked when he finds Karen, Sakura, and Professor Charlotte all sitting together. Hayato asks them, "What is going on?" Sakura says, "Oh, you're so annoying. You've ruined my secret weapon." Hayato asks her, "Wait, what do you mean by that?" She tells him, in short, without beating around the bush, "Your sister will sing with me at the party in front of thousands of fans." Hayato says, "But as you know, my sister can't walk, and her body is weak." Sakura says, "And that is where Professor Charlotte's role comes in. She was able to give your sister 100 that allows her to walk, fly, and do everything she wishes." We find Karen very excited about what will happen, but at the same time, she is nervous. Our hero tells her, "Go for it, Karen, I encourage you with all my heart." At that moment, Karen is happy with his words, but Sakura tells him, "Get out. Your time is up. Let us get to work now, man." The important thing, folks, is that the day of the huge party finally arrives, and the number of visitors is immense. But everything is going perfectly. We go to our hero, who sits with his sister and Sakura before the start of the singing party and starts encouraging them both. Indeed, folks, the party begins, and Sakura starts singing first on stage. Let's go to the academy gate, where we notice a strange girl has entered. But she is not just any girl, because the one who entered, folks, is Vitaly. Not only that, but she also manages to hypnotize one of the guards and make her open a door that should not be opened. She also manages to enter the students' dorms. Anyway, let's go back to the singing party, where the girl Sakura has finished her part. She suddenly takes the mic and introduces the girl Karen to the audience. Karen is a bit nervous, but she manages to keep up with the atmosphere and actually starts singing with Sakura. Literally, the entire audience is very excited and is in a state of awe at what they are seeing. I don't need to tell you, folks, how much beauty and greatness I am seeing in front of me. The boy Hayato is very happy for his sister, that she was able to do all this and also fulfill a long-time wish of hers. We go to the girl Harumi, who is watching the singing party until a girl suddenly tells her, "Harumi, hurry." The guards are unconscious in front of the academy gate. When they wake them up, they find them with memory loss. At that moment, Harumi starts to worry and summons Professor Charlotte. We go outside, folks, into the streets next to the academy, and we find that B-shaped robots have started exploding in the streets and destroying buildings. At that moment, the academy decides to sound the emergency alarm. Harumi then starts to feel that the one behind all this is Vitaly. Harumi then decides to inform all the students of what is happening now. We go to the auditorium where the singing party is being held, and we find that the entire audience is nervous and does not know what to do. Sakura starts to calm them down. We go to Harumi, where Charlotte has arrived, and they review the security cameras together. They actually find out that Vitaly was able to enter the academy. At that moment, Harumi calls Hayato and Emil and tells them to come quickly. At this time, the girl Claudia is facing savage monsters, but they are modified. We learn, folks, that these monsters do not have the savage stone, meaning they have no weakness. As you can see, the situation is completely messed up, and no one understands what is happening. But the only thing we understood is that Vitaly has declared war on them. Harumi's brother, Judas, then comes in and tells her what happened. Harumi starts telling him everything that happened. As soon as she finishes talking, we find that a group of mutated savages have started attacking the auditorium. Fortunately, there is a barrier that is able to prevent them from entering the crowd, but the problem here is that this barrier won't last long and is close to breaking. Hayato decides that he will take Emil and head to the auditorium to save the people. Harumi tells him, "Okay, but the most important thing is to come back safely." He tells her, "Don't worry, I will come back safe, and I am a man of my word." We go to the three hunters, who are confused about what is happening until one of them says that this commotion is definitely because of Vitaly and that she came here to save them. Crowvane says, "But there are many people in this place, and I honestly don't want them to die." But Vitaly walks in on them and tells them that she is attacking the academy and that she wants their help. Crowvane says, "But there are many innocent people in this place who do not deserve this death. Besides, the students who saved us have not done anything bad to us since we arrived." She tells them, "Okay, I will know how to make you obey," and she starts torturing and electrocuting them, folks, to make them obey. At this time, our hero and Emil have reached the auditorium barrier and started fighting the savages. We return to Vitaly, whom we find has sent a robot in the form of a girl, whose name is Mimi. Mimi is going to save the hunters. Indeed, this robot succeeds in hitting Vitaly, but Crowvane shoots at her and tells her, "Stay out of our business," and they walk away with Vitaly, leaving Mimi behind them. We go to Harumi, whom we find Judas calling. He asks her, "Hello, how are you doing, girl?" She says, "Are you going to be annoying this morning? Get to the point, man." He says, "Calm down, I want you to leave Vitaly to me. As you know, I have a history with this girl, so I don't want you to interfere." Just as she is about to argue with him and say it's not possible, he hangs up on her. We go to Vitaly, whom we find has used the hunters to her advantage and decided to get rid of them. But before she kills them, we find the girl Mimi running from a distance and attacking her. She starts shooting at her, but Vitaly escapes from her. We find Mimi asking Crowvane, "Are you guys okay?" He says, "Yes, are you okay?" She says, "Yes, I'm fine." He thanks her for saving them. We notice, folks, that the hunters' personalities have started changing for the better. We go to Vitaly, whom we find has reached Liza. It turns out that all this time, she wanted to kill Liza to destroy the entire academy. But Judas walks in on her and asks her, "Surprise, isn't it?" Vitaly says, "It really is a surprise. You saved me the trouble of looking for you. Come on, let me kill you now." He asks her, "Why do you want to kill me?" She says, "Are you playing dumb? You know that I am taking revenge on you because you were pretending to love me, and after you got what you wanted from me, you left me." Judas says, "Wait, you misunderstood. She shouts at him and says, "Shut up. I will kill Liza in front of you, and then I will kill you." Frankly, folks, between you and me, if love leads to a psychopath wanting to destroy the entire world because her lover betrayed her, then I advise you not to love at all. Let's return to our story and go to Hayato, who, in the middle of his fight with the savages, finds them suddenly emitting very annoying sound waves that prevent them from concentrating. We find Harumi starting to lose hope and feeling that the academy will be destroyed. But let's return to Vitaly, who starts shooting at Liza. But, folks, she is shocked when she finds that Liza is protected by a shield, and her bullets cannot penetrate this shield. Judas then pulls out his weapon and shoots at Vitaly. Just before she dies, he runs up to her, folks, hugs her, and says, "Thank you, and I am sorry if you misunderstood me." Vitaly says to him, "I have endured enough of you," and so, folks, Vitaly dies. Let's go back to Hayato and his friends, who are unable to concentrate in the fight with the savages, and their condition is terrible. After a hit here and a hit there, and a kick right and a kick left, we find they decided to sing. You might ask me why they want to sing in the middle of all this chaos. I will tell you that they, my friend, are convinced that if they sing a song, they will disrupt the savages' sound waves and also increase the power of their friends. This is honestly a silly thing, and I don't think it will work, but, dear viewer, it actually succeeds. It seems the author was on something before writing this ridiculous ending. The important thing, folks, is that thanks to the power of singing, friendship, adversity, love, illogicality, and the help of the hunters, our heroes finally succeed in saving the academy and eliminating all the savages. Finally, the situation returns to normal. We find, folks, that the two people with Crowvane thank our hero and tell him, "We are strongly looking forward to the happy world you will create, and thank you very much for saving us." We find, folks, the girl Harumi standing, happy that they saved the academy and that nothing happened to them. When night comes, the academy begins to celebrate, and everyone is happy. On the side, Hayato is sitting and kissing the girl Emil. At that moment, their friends walk in on them and ask them, "What are you doing?" But in the middle of all this, Harumi starts attacking them amidst all these celebrations.